I'm Peter Culpin. I'm a veterinary surgeon. I qualified in 1977 and ran a very successful practice in Surrey for 25 years. And about 4 years ago, I started, having sold my own practice, started to do locum work simply to earn a living. And I was astonished at the sort of things that vets are doing these days to literally screw every penny they can out of their pet-owning clients. So for 4 years I've been putting together information that I've come across, and I've now written a book called Going to the Dogs, and in that I've detailed the sort of things that are happening in veterinary practice today. The book is currently out as an e-book, downloadable on the internet, and is 300 pages of stuff that I've come across that I think is stuff that pet owners will be astonished to read about what goes on behind the scenes. I've seen instances of fraud. I've seen instances where veterinary surgeons have failed to inform clients of their rights. There's an awful lot going out there which is not what's supposed to happen in veterinary practices. One of the things in this country I think we've always been guilty of is that we tend to trust all our professionals. We ask for a professional opinion and we trust that that person can give us the opinion we need. My advice to most pet owners is don't just take the fact that you're walking into a veterinary practice as the sole information you need to be able to assess what that practice can offer you. I think it's time that pet owners actually became a little bit more inquisitive about the facilities that are being offered. They're paying a hefty price for their pets to be looked after. Medicines, for instance, can often be marked up 100% or more. A lot of people are unaware that they could actually get those medicines on the internet. They can get them from an online pharmacy. Most vets keep that information from them, though they are supposed to make it public. When you visit a practice the very first time, just see what the reaction is going to be when you say to the receptionist, would it be possible for me to go and have a look around? Could I see where my pet's going to be housed today when I bring it in to be spayed? What facilities do you have tonight if my pet's going to stay overnight after its operation? I'd like to bring my guinea pig in for surgery. Do you have a vet here who's experienced at doing guinea pig anaesthetics? Don't just take it for gospel that because your animal's going into a veterinary practice, there are people there who know what they're doing. Sadly today it's getting more and more difficult to find vets to work in practices. And if you're a corporate practice and you've got 30 different practices, the onus is on you to put somebody in there as a vet. So you'll basically put anybody in. We're now seeing, unfortunately, vets coming in from abroad who simply don't have the qualifications that they need. They don't have the same ethic that we have to be able to work in a pet practice. I find it astonishing that there are countries in this world who train their vets as well as we train our vets. Some of them train them far better, and yet those vets are denied access to this country without sitting another exam to make sure that they're capable of working here. Whereas because we're now in the European Union, vets can actually come in here and simply start work. And a lot of those vets are just not up to the mark. Veterinary practices are ultimately businesses, but we can't get away from the fact that we have this business which has a huge emotional input into it. I think it was Jeff Parkin, a vet in the north of England, who is attributed with the phrase, clients don't care how much you know till they know how much you care. And I think that still holds true. The vast majority of clients who I speak to who are dissatisfied because A, they don't see the same vet twice, or B, they may be persuaded to do work that they don't think is necessary. And the vet doesn't seem to be able to explain why he feels that work is necessary. And in some instances, I found it's not necessary. What I'd like to see in the veterinary profession is more young vets coming into the profession who are dedicated to their work to such an extent that they're willing to run their own practices.